Good morning, everyone. Hey, Mr. Simpson. Hey, Bo Hunter. How you doing? Good afternoon to all of those in the UK. And welcome to all the folks joining us on YouTube. Hey, Colin. How you doing? Hey, Nano. What's up, Johnny? Oh, we finally got some liquidation. It's interesting. There was a lady in the morning who was, this morning she goes, "What about that low here?" And everybody just kind of laughed at her. Everyone was like, "Wow, that's like 70 points down." Oh, that's a long way away. And and I said to her, I said, "Well, the first roadblock is 66.56, and we went to 53 just now in the overnight." I said, "Yeah, once we get past these levels here, we've got to get down to 66.26 before we get down to that 66.09 level or 11 or whatever it is." But that's pretty cool. So if she's around, nice call. Great liquidation. Really necessary. Lets the shorts come in and do some covering before the end of the month on Monday. That's good. It's good. So we have our overnight inventory is now short, nice and short. All of the bulk of the trading is underneath yesterday's close. We've got a couple of sets of single prints where we have trapped long supply. So bring on the liquidation, as they say in France. Hey, there you go. So if we do get up there, back up there, it's going to be a little bit of supply. And we are going to open on a gap down. And we've taken the market really right back to the cost basis of the 17th. Let's see where we stop sort of. We went right down to that M low. The next stop would be 43. And then there's that target I was talking about, just under 40. Just curious to see if we'd stop there. Let's see what happens. Now, I had balance zones up here for Globex, but instead of doubling and doubling, I just redid one. So I got 53 half to 59 quarter as a balance. And all I did was I used that high, that low, and that high. So two-sided trade there. Hey, AZS, how you doing? Yeah, it's these ranges have been really big over the last couple of weeks, so there's not a lot of shock absorbing when the market. There's a little bit of a range here, but as you can see, it didn't really hold price very long. We just broke right underneath it, and there's 2 days of volume here. That's why I was looking at that 39 area. But really, I mean, this market is paper thin, which means any kind of serious liquidation, would seriously drive us lower. Let's see where the shorts come in and cover. That's really going to be the question of the day, right? So those of you who are flat, who haven't taken a trade, you'll notice now over the last 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it's starting to stabilize. We'll see if that holds, okay? But we're going to open on a gap down. You 2 days before month end, so you are going to have margin call selling and a quarter selling, right? So be aware of that. Don't do anything crazy. So what does that mean? What are the implications when we open gap down? When you open gap down underneath the previous day's range, it's a change in business, right? What else does it mean? What does it mean from a credit perspective? It's going to be margin calls and sellouts. So if you are going long, right, don't get ridiculously long. When you guys have a gap, right, you'll have stray order flow. It'll be like, Mike, you're in the ocean and all of a sudden a rogue wave comes at you, right? Stray order flow is when there's a sellout. Yeah, credit longs get liquidated, especially before the end of the month, end of the quarter. So what does that mean in practical terms? It means that if you are taking long trades, don't hold out for a 60-point run, sell into strength, right? Because all of the inventory, right? If you look at this from a practical perspective, current price is here. So that means if you just draw a line where the current price is, all of the inventory of the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sessions is above you. That means there's resistance, right? So if you want to buy the dip, you might want to wait, right, until price stabilizes. It's okay for quick hit and run longs, right? Just like when the market's putting in a new high, you don't want to be shorting it at the top, right? Does that make sense? You guys awake? Now, nobody 3 hours from now come to me and go, JJ, I kept buying and buying and buying, and it kept going lower and lower and lower, right? Because I'm going to throw a telephone and hit you in the head with it, all right? No whining if you don't listen, okay? On days like this, do not try and buy the dip and hold on thinking it's going to rip, okay? No whining. If you can't follow instructions, stay out of the kitchen. uh, right. So I've warned you. Right. Let's see where we find our bottom. We'll start going sideways, start catching the contracts from above, right, as they fall. Not everybody sells at the same time. So let's see where we open. Oh. Hey, mother truck. Where's the point of control? It's right here. Yeah, so it's pretty decent liquidation. You know, we've got 173,000 contracts. That's good. That's good. Lets the shorts come in and cover. Too bad we can't make people stand in corners. You know, if it's not really that long ago, Hank, that they still did that. Had hedge funds. They did it to Turney Duff. He made a trade error, and they made him go stand in the corner. I don't know whether that was when he was at the hedge fund or when he was at Morgan Stanley. Uh, Everyone learns differently, right? Yeah, now they'd file a lawsuit. No matter how stupid you were at work, you still get to sue. What a world. Uh, hey, Big Pun, what's up? Any observers? I'm just waiting for some price stability here, Big Pun. This little balance zone seems to be working. What is that? That's about 6 points worth of balance. You could trade that back and forth while the market opens. Let's see if it. I think we might test a little lower just to give this thing a shake and see what's cooking down underneath the low. I think short sellers will be very happy. Very happy indeed. Yeah, I can't remember. I remember him saying how he made this trade error. We booked a buy as a sell or something like that, and they were offside like 300 grand. So they made him go stand in a corner. Anyway, he won't be making that mistake twice. Let's see. Oh, we seem to be holding 53 and a half, but we still have 12 minutes before the market opens. Lots of time to mess around a little bit. Yeah, that 40 area is interesting. Not that far away. Yeah, there'll be a good amount of short covering because this is the what second day of liquidation that we've had. Pretty impressive. Ever a scenario to take a trade in the middle of the zone? You know what? Big pun. I encourage people who are faster traders to do it. You know, if you want to trade the middle of a zone, definitely just use good risk management. I like trading at the edges because I'm lazy. I like getting my most bang for the buck. Like I bought 55 and just now I'm going to sell it at 59, right? I was a little high, right? So I just tested. That's actually the first trade I've done this morning. Usually when markets liquidate, I just leave them alone. So I bought one at 55 and I sold it at 59. The zones are working. And if we hold 59, I'd look for 63 and then that 64 area. But that's only if we can hold 59 and a quarter. Right? This is a little bit of a short covering rally before the open. If you'll notice, where's Howard? Howard, the PWOC moved down. It's good accumulation. Right? Nope. There's a lot of people in my room, big pun, that do trade the middle of the zone. Just, if you're caffeinated and you're kind of on it, go ahead. If you're a new trader, then just take it from the edges of the zone. It'll make your life easier. And then once you get used to it, then by all means, trade from the middle of the zone. Like if I'm kind of like looking for 62 and a half now, if you're still long, if I'm sort of dozy, sleepy, not really motivated, a little bit slow on the uptake, as my mother would say, then I will just trade the edges. But if I'm really dialed in, I don't mind trading the middle. I just redrew them, Truth. You're joining us a little late. Because we had this big move down, I just redrew them. So we found some bids. Great. Wonderful. No single prints there. The only where we have them is up here. Okay, cool. Beautiful. Good, good, good. Yeah, it really depends on how on the ball I am. Sometimes you sit down and you're trading and you're not really quite, everybody loves to say they're like really into it, but let's be fair. Some days you're just not that great a worker. It'd be a little off. On those days, I just wait for the edges. Keeps me from making bad decisions. I'm a big believer in monitoring. Um, I'm a big believer in monitoring myself. Like, Am I making good decisions? Am I just, am I being as disciplined as I should be? Oh, look, we have a poor low. The overnight low is a poor low. It hit those stops. One. Oh, it was good. See, I missed that. Did everybody see that? Yes? No? Nobody called it out? You guys shouldn't trade today. Where are my guys in my room? My God. You guys should have been all over that like a fat kid on a Smartie. You need more coffee. Right? I missed it. Right? Ugh. You guys are supposed to catch things when I miss things. Chem, you're just in your own little world, aren't you? How you doing, brother? Uh, oh, I was talking about the poor low, Jam. Oh, okay. You guys be careful trading, okay? Jam, what are you smoking, brother? Did you do like ayahuasca or something last night? What's going on with you? Lord Almighty. Ugh. It's a new, yeah. For those who are joining us late, I redrew the cost basis because we're 30 points lower than the last one. Okay. All right. Oh, at least we got a poor low out of that. Let's see if that holds. What do I see happening at the open? Confusion, chaos, people drinking Pepto Bismol. Just wait for your setup. Just wait for your setup. Chill. Let the market open. Remember, you're opening on a gap, right? You're opening on a fairly substantial gap. Let the market open. Let the large traders, build out support. Right. Stick to the look below and fail, look above and fail. Right, overnight is short. We've already had a little bit of short covering. We found sellers. Look, we found the sellers. If you want to plan this out and be intelligent about it, what should you do? Right? You know there's sellers. You know VWAP's not a consideration right now. You can see that there are sellers at 62, quarter half, right? Then there's going to be sellers here in the 64, 65 level, right? See the candles? Boom, 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 boom. There's going to be sellers there, right? Your VWAP's up here. First order of business is to collect all this cheap paper, all these cheap contracts, and attempt to go sell them at VWAP, right? That's the first order of business, right? Okay, jam. Enough. Jesus. Oh, God. Oh. So, we'll scrub it back and forth, right? Seriously, Jam, I'm going to have a foghorn leghorn moment with you. Okay? All right, here we go. Overnight pockets here. Let's see. It would not be a normal market if we didn't go test that low. Let's go test that overnight low. See if it holds. Here we go. If 53 breaks, don't stand in the way. Here it comes. Let's see if that bid is still there. There it is to the tick. There's a break. Break brings in buyers. Where do they sell into it? This is where you let the large traders work this out. If the offer starts lifting over 55, 56, that's more clear. All right, there we go. There we go. There we go. Look below and fail at 53.5. Long 4, 5, selling 6, maybe 7. Nope, no 7. Here we go. Now we're going to go lower. Let's go find those bids. All right. Let's scrub that overnight low back and forth. If it gets under 52, don't stand in front of it. Oh, there's a bid. See? You got to watch for those little pop-up bids. Let them sell it out. Let the margin calls hit. See if it holds 53 half. Long 55, selling 57. Uh, Out 57. Got one more. Out 55 and 3/4. Bad management on the third contract. Target should be 59, but there is a seller just under 58. Just right there. Thanks, Jeff. 3-1 negative. Okay. I want to see where they sell into it hard. I'm looking for. Come on, bring it back down. Come on, come on. Yeah, there we go. Come on. There we go, there we go, there we go. Gonna test that overnight low again. Right, let's go test it. Right, so hey, look. Now we know where the seller is, right? They showed themselves. 58 seller. Right, next candle's gonna open in 20 seconds. Look for the top of the next candle. Remember, we have to get under 52, right? There we go, there we go, there we go. 52, underneath 52, target's 47. If you're shorting here, use the overnight low as your out, okay? If it gets back up over the overnight low, then you're going to be in trouble. So if you're short, right, say you waited till 52, now go put your 49 bids in there. Cover, 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 cover. Right? Short, cover, hit, cover, right? Don't let the grass grow under your feet. When you're a new trader or you're learn how to execute quickly and take profits. Get used to getting paid. Then you'll start to expect to get paid. There you go. $47.75. Creeping on 47.75. Boom. 47.75. Let's see if we can find a bid there. A little bit of action. If that breaks, look for 42. Down here. Okay. There's a stop at 43. That'll kind of be a little bit of a yield sign, but it'll break that. $66.10. Beautiful. I'll buy that for $1. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. We're on our way. We're on our way. We're off to that L low here at 43. I'm interested in 39.75 just to see whether or not there's going to be any kind of support there. Oh, thanks, Drew. Drop it in. Just make sure when you're shorting that you put your buy orders in so the market can hit you on the way down. And that way you don't have to go chasing it. There we go, right to the stop to the tick, eh? Nice. Beautiful. Simple. Very controlled. It's good. It's healthy. Look at all that short covering. 1,000, 2,000, 1,700. See if we can get down to 42. Oh, there's 42. Oh, we went to 41 and 3/4. All right, so don't try and buy this. Just let it sell off. Just let it sell off. It's that target I had at 39 and 3/4. Still selling. Don't try a long yet. Right? If you're short, looking for 36 and a quarter is your next target. Down here. That's good, Big Pun. That's good. Now hang on to that money, brother. Just let them sell it. Let them sell it. Don't stand in the way of it. Right? Those of you who like to buy the dip, you should not be anywhere in a trade right now. Hands off the mouse. Those of you who are shorting, staying under 36 will target 30 and a half. If we creep back up over 36, watch your whiskers. There we go. Next level will be 30 and a half. Right, that's your next target. Right? Just trade from level to level. Don't do anything crazy. You'll be all right. Caught a bid. You're watching for 36 and a quarter. There. Seller at 36 and a quarter. See? There we go. Nice short covering here. Beautiful. Yeah, you guys wanted liquidation. You finally got some. Looking for 30 and a half. It's kind of dropping in slow. Oh, somebody caught a bid. Bob Ross was something else, wasn't he, Dano? He was cool. Put a little tree there. Let's paint a little cloud over here. Nice, nice, nice. Now, once again, folks, be careful of 36 and a quarter. Right? They're selling under there because they have to. That's good. But I see it trying to creep. Oh, here we go. Here we go. What's going on? Come on. See, they're still, as soon as they get to 36 and a quarter, they'll sell. But if they start creeping that offer, see, look, see? Maybe we don't have to sell under 36 and a quarter. They're willing to pay more now. That's when you get that big green candle where everybody comes in and buys at the same time. Now we're looking for 42 on the upside. It's good. Let those poor short sellers get some relief before the end of the quarter. Gosh. Make this a little bigger here. So holding 36 for me targets 42. There's 39. Make sure you sell into strength, folks. If you are long, right? There will be back and forth. Right? Okay, so we got a seller here now. Right? Right? Nice, nice, nice. Make sure you sell those contracts, my friends. Sell them, sell them, sell them. There's 42. Target hit. Boom. Beautiful. Okay. Just trade the levels. I used to have a hell of a time with these trend days. Trend up, trend down. And I actually wouldn't trade them at all. I'd be like, just leave it alone. Because I like trading back and forth consolidation zones. So what I learned was let the trend go. Eventually it's going to stop and find a bid, right? I'm just using my levels, Moran. Sorry, I should have said 36 quarter. Um, and I'll just trade level to level, right? So if you're still long, you're looking for sellers around 45 as we creep up on them here, right? Just where that white line that says sellers, right? Boom, there we go. Now, if those sellers, if they see buyers lining up, they'll lift their offer to 47 and 3/4. But you can see that we went right to the white line to the tick. Came right back down. Yeah, and it's the same, right, Nano? It's the people trying to short the front side of the move up, and they're trying to buy the back side of the move down. So they're always zigging when they should zag. Excuse me. Sorry, Johnny, I don't understand the question. I wonder if this is real-time info that the price will go is where the bid is. So I don't understand, Johnny, but okay, now buyers are there. Look for around 47. There's 47 and a quarter, 3/4. If we can get over 50, look for 53 and a half. Now, coincidentally, the overnight low is up here, 53 and a half. So be aware there's going to be some selling somewhere in here if you're still long. There's our seller. Right at 50 and change. So backfill down to 45. See if we can. There we go. Hello. See how they took it up and they just banged it down, right? Perfect opportunity to sell, right? If you had some size, you just sell it right into those 50s, all the way back down to 42. That was a nice aggressive sell. That was a big candle, too. So who was asking? Oh, who was it? Who was it? Who was it? Before when I was talking about sellouts. Mike B, I think. Yeah. That's what a sellout looks like. Kaboom. Yeah, you could cut up these charts into segments. You don't have to eat the whole range in one trade. Aggressive seller for the last 2 minutes. See where this shakes out to. One thing that you guys should remember is when a sellout is happening, let it clear out all the suckers. Okay? And then put in a bid. It's just like Michael Douglas says in Wall Street. At this price, it'll clear out all the suckers, wait, and then put in a bid. Buy it all back. Oh, 36 and a quarter is working nicely. That's what I meant, Moran. That 36 and a quarter right here, just right where we came back to. Right, and I see a seller at the top of these two candles. Look, right, seller, seller. We take out the top. So you could do some really simple things with candle charts, right? You just mark off where the sellers are and where they stop selling and trade in between. Especially if you have a day where you get a big liquidation and then you get a big back and forth zone, where the market's just going back and forth. Just try trading that. Okay. What's next? Hey OJ, what's going on? How you doing? It was funny though, like I had the same kind of clients that he had in Wall Street, but mine were like they weren't drug addicts, they were food addicts. So you always ended up eating with them at like 4 in the morning at some hole in the wall restaurant, and then having to get up at 6:30 to go and open the market. All right, so we're just gonna chop around here for a little bit and scrub this thing back and forth. It's pretty a little more back and forth here. Just relax, take it all in. It's the wonders of the end of the quarter. See ya, Hank. Keep at it, Hank. You're doing well. Just build it up every day. Every day, just keep being disciplined. Stick to your process. Stick to your process. You'll be fine. Okay. In my head, I'm thinking, when are they gonna take out 6630? I just don't want to get you guys all short biased until they do. Just hang in there, Hank. You're at the hard part of trading right now. You know what to do, you just have to do it every day consistently, right? It's like it's like all the gym time and the running and all that stuff, and just to get in shape. Just keep doing what you're doing, keep disciplined. You'll be fine. That's okay, Aaron. Some days are good, some days are I've been taking maybe 3 trades a day. 1 or 2 scalps, one decent trade, and then I'm done. I really feel this week I just get these, just being old too. And I think a lot of with me is I have trauma from decades of seeing brokerage firms go under, things like that, where I'm overcautious because I've just seen so many crazy things happen. So, but I always prefer to just chill out. Nothing against making money. Oh, look at this. Little action. I'd stay out of this if I were you. Let the large traders work this out. Now, when it starts popping off like this, don't get sucked into jumping in. It's fine, and it's perfectly fine to miss moves. If you're away doing something else, you're not expected to be trading all the time. You're not an institutional trader, you're a retail trader. You're there to make your money and then get out. Right? A lot of people will say, "Oh, you should be maximizing your edge and stuff like that." Not if you're a beginner. If you're a beginner to an intermediate trader, you should not be pushing your results and all that stuff. You should be grateful for the money that you make and learn how to keep it. All right. And then you won't have to worry about all this FOMO stuff. Right? If you get used to paying yourself, you'll kind of not like it when you don't get paid. See, that's the problem with retail. Retail never gets paid. So when they take losses and blow up accounts, it's not a big deal for them. It kind of seems normal. Don't normalize that, right? Don't normalize bad business. There we go. We caught a bid, right? So if we're looking to buy the 40s, yeah, if you normalize bad business, like this morning I was reading there was this guy who blew up his account. He went on Twitter and everybody was patting him on the back for blowing up his account. Oh, it's great that you're telling us you blew up your account. I'm long 45, and I'm selling 48. Ed, it's like, seriously? You're running around telling people you blew up your account? Don't you have any shame? Sorry, that sounds really bad. Right? For God's sakes, man. What would they say here in the UK? Good God, man. Right? I grabbed a quick log at 45 and I sold the 47.48. I don't know. I'm gonna get into trouble for that, aren't I? Right? I'm sure I'm gonna get in trouble for saying that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't agree. We're still not ready to enter the overnight range. We still have sellers. Clip in, clip out. Do not wait for an invitation, ladies and gentlemen. Especially if you are making money and you have a profit in this market. Don't get lazy. Take the money. For larger traders, you can stay long. You can stay short longer periods of time. Just use the levels. Creeping higher. Looking for resistance at the overnight low at 53, 53 half. A little bit of front running of the overnight low. Now, let's see how desperate the sellers are. Because if they're not desperate, they're going to lift those offers. See? See how they lifted the offers and we tickled that overnight low? Now, what if you accept in the overnight low, you can go long up till the open, okay? But make sure it accepts. You put your stop just underneath the overnight low. And put your sell orders in. You know there's going to be a seller at 58, so go sell 57. Do not wait for... Yeah, it's just like magic. Of course, supply runs out. Just when you think it's safe to short, the supply runs out. The VWAP's there. Well, thanks, Cisco. Mahalo. Oh, gosh. That's the thing about retail trading, Aaron. That's one thing I hate about retail trading. You can't cheat. You have to be truthful about your habits. You have to be truthful about your execution. You just can't cheat. Trust me, I've tried every way. If there was a way to figure out how to scam the system, I would have figured it out. Right? It's what I've been trained to do. I've been trained to look at something and figure out how to get around the rules. Right? That's what we did in Vancouver. In retail trading, you can't cheat. There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. There's VWAP. Thanks for reminding me, OJ. I think that's good, AZS. You know what? You're going to improve the whole time, right? As you get more comfortable. Um, Good stuff. Bill Belichick, that guy's quite a character, Cisco. Hey, Crypto, what's going on? No, I'm not still mad, Crypto. You just came into my room and started causing trouble, so it's okay. Maybe you woke up on the wrong side of the bed. You're welcome to stay. Just, you know, keep your questions to trading. You got 88 for VWAP, Alexander? I think you might have anchored it in the wrong place. Maybe just check your settings. Okay. So now what? What's next? What is the next order of business in the Water Buffalo Lodge? Sideways now is my bias. I wasn't this short biased until there's a lady, I don't know where she is. She was in our Globex session, and I think she was Canadian because she had friends who worked at Canaccord in Vancouver. And, she was asking about the low of the 17th. And everyone at the time was kind of like, it seems a little far away. But hey, we came close. I was telling her, 66, 36 and a half is the gateway. So we went down there, but they didn't need to sell it any lower. Now the short coverings come in gangbusters. Monica. That's right, Monica. Thanks, Moran. Aaron, I wouldn't be surprised. Going back to 80 is really not that far away, my friend. I mean, we're at 60. That's 20 points away. You blow on this market, it moves 20 points one way or another. It's crazy. Oh, that's right, Mother Truck. You're the GAN guy. I've never read that book. I still got to read that book. Nice trading, AZS. Beautiful. They're also single prints, indeed, right here. True enough. Oh man, I am ready for the weekend. I don't know about you. Are you? I think all this sun in Liverpool has tricked my brain into I still feel like it's summer. Yeah, it still feels like summer. Okay, we found those sellers. Let's see if we can hold VWAP. Yeah, it's been really nice, Moran. All right. Now, is this going to be a real sell-off today, or are we going to just take it all back? Little distribution here. Remember, we've got all this inventory under 42, under 53. We might as well lose some of it here between 59 and 60, right? Lighten the load a little bit. Get a little cash before the next operation, right? That's why I want you guys to pay yourselves, because everybody else is paying themselves. I don't think it's fair that you don't. You know, wholesalers and market makers are consistently paying themselves. Whoa. See you, mother truck. Yeah, we'll get together tomorrow and we'll have a chat. If we can clean out that 6666 area up to 70 and 3/4. Now, did we run out of supply? Just when everyone got short, thinking that we were going to break. That's the problem with this market. The selling only lasts for like an hour. It's brutal. So what do we do now? We take the position that we picked up under VWAP, all of this loose change. We go try and sell it up here now, right? It's brutal. Just when everybody gets short, boom, offer starts to lift. This kind of market is horrible for inexperienced traders because in normal markets, they don't know what's going on. When markets get a little complicated, it's even worse. I agree with you, Aaron. Right? That's what we try and do at the Trading Syndicate is we try and help you figure out what to do when things start getting weird. Exactly, Dado. Let's see if we can hold VWAP on the way down. You know, I haven't even looked at Bitcoin today. Oh yeah, look at that. Little liquidation. Oh, that's good. Rome wasn't built in a day. Yeah, I don't trade Bitcoin. I just wanted to get back down under 70,000 so I can buy a little more. BlackRock offloaded 900 million in Bitcoin. Interesting. You know, that crypto market changes so quickly, and there's so much new product, and there's so many new things going on. It, it's so hard to keep up. Like, do you guys, let me ask you, crypto folks, do you guys have, like, you know how, like, I read the Wall Street Journal and Bloomberg? Do you have, like a crypto website that's like the Wall Street Journal, that's like reputable? Like a crypto news website? I'm just curious. Cointelegraph? They read Reddit. Oh, that webpage gives me a headache. Okay, looking for 70 and three quarters. Oh, cool. Thanks, crypto. You see, I'm old, so old people already naturally look for like a website, you know, like a Wall Street Journal for crypto or a Bloomberg for crypto. Oh, okay. Let's see if we can take out that 69 and a quarter stop, and we did. Next target is 70 and three quarters as we creep higher. The short meat grinder is just grinding away. I'll check it out. Thanks for the referrals, folks. CAs, yes. See you tomorrow. Have a good one. Nice trading today. Three more ticks and we'll be there. There we go. 70 and 3/4 hit. The next set of stops are 73/4 and then 74 3/4. Now there are single prints up here, so there should be some supply here. That equals resistance. So if there's no selling here, if we just like rip through this little red box, that means somebody's really caught short. Oh, do they? Thanks, Raj. That's right. You did send that to me. There's the seller. There's the seller right there. Came in at 72 half. Good. Good, good, good. I knew that. I was like, where are they lurking? They're in here somewhere. There they are. Okay, cool. So on these new balance levels that I whipped up, this is starting to look like a look below and fail of 66.56. I'm thinking 6,700 for month end if we stay above 66.56. No, those are just some new levels that I was working on with the contract change, Cisco. I think you were on holiday when the contract rolled over. Where do you go when you like live in Hawaii for a holiday? Like Alaska? Oh, that's right. You went to Africa. Okay. Well, that's a trip. My God, that must have taken a while. 2 days on a plane. Wow. Well, I hope you got to hang out with some lions. Look above and fail of 70. I think you'd find bids around 62. It's been very methodical the way this market's sold off. Hey, look. Boom, boom. It's like a plane landing, you know, how it just kind of slowly, you know. Yeah, send some pics. Because that's where 62, because where B period took the A high, I'm thinking they'll front run it by a few ticks, and there'll be some buy orders here. Right, just right here. Oh, wow. Session's over. At least we got some range today. Thanks, everyone. I'm working on a couple of new things for our trading room. Try and go into the third quarter strong. One of them is holding trades longer. I'll be doing, and what I'm going to do is for those who join the room, I'm going to be doing more sessions in the room because I saw what you guys were writing for, what you wanted. So I know it's hard to please everyone, but I've got some stuff that I'm working on. We'll have it out next week. Thanks, everyone. Be safe out there, okay? Be safe out there. And we will see you tomorrow morning at the tradingsyndicate.org. Thanks again. Remember, look at this. Single prints to the downside, single prints to the upside, gaps. It's like a big, big penny stock. Unbelievable. No, I'm still going to be on YouTube until they tell me to get off. All right, guys. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Trade safe out there. And thank you once again. We appreciate you. If you could like and subscribe to our channel, my VWAP Trader channel. It'll keep the algorithms well fed. Have a wonderful, wonderful trading day. Bye for now.